I am David Overholt, writer-director of Star Wars Fallen Jedi.
And I'm Micha Magill. I played Jedi Master Vong Zaar in Fallen Jedi.
And here we are with part 3 of our commentary track of the film. We're kicking things off here with some fun little shots of some Star Wars spaceships.
Model shot there.
Mm-hmm. There's Travis Irving as the Imperial pilot. He's a really cool guy. He came to the premiere of the movie as well. I'm just really grateful for his help. And eagle-eyed viewers may notice a evil mustachioed Imperial officer that looks a bit like Vong Zaar. Our cast was really spectacular. We spared no expense. Right there, I like that shot a lot. It's like it's not Star Wars without a Star Destroyer flying overhead.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots right here of the shuttle. It's just like straight out of the movie.
That shot worked really well. That was once I really got the hang of doing all the space stuff. I put so much work into that shot, even though it's really short, with the reflection of the shuttle in the water. And here we have our ATST, the much derided ATST. I actually, it was a toy that I repainted to look a little bit more grungy, and we actually kind of puppeteered it with some green screen rods that we removed in post, and I loosened the screws in the leg joints, but the model had these kind of gear teeth in the kneecaps, and it made the legs not be able to move too well, even though I loosened the screws, so that's why it moves kind of jerky.
But it gave it sort of that faux stop-motion look, like from Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, your friend actually thought it was stop motion.
He did, yeah.
So, we weren't quite that old school with it, but... Now this bit right here, that was me and you filming with a tripod, and we were the only ones there that day. Mm-hmm. And then we switched coverage, and I'm the Rodian, my brother's Bandakalia, and that's you, and my older brother was doing the camera work that day. So this conversation was split by, I think, about a year in terms of filming.
Mm-hmm. It's a long time in the making.
Mm-hmm. Just shows what editing can do, because when you watch it back, you just kind of buy that I'm talking to these guys, but we filmed it a year apart, and here I am in a field talking to myself. That's filmmaking. We got a lot done that day.
Yeah. Obviously, we all had to wear multiple hats.
Yeah.
In this fan film.
I wish we could have had a bit more consistency, because there it was like a beautiful blue sky day, and then it goes to white sky. There it looks more consistent, because some clouds blew in when we came back in the evening.
Yeah, you kind of had to give it all sort of a gray tone to the look to make it look more consistent.
Yeah,
because we were shooting on different days.
Mm-hmm. It's the Snyder cut. We desaturated everything. The hardcore, gritty Snyder cut of Star Wars. Now, for the performance here as Faust, in my mind, I was really kind of thinking of Jason Isaacs' role as the Dragoon
in the Patriot.
In the Patriot, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the attitude I was going for. Not trying to do an impression of him per se, as much as I was just trying to give that feeling of a really ruthless and kind of slimy British officer, really, because I thought that would fit in Imperial.
Mm-hmm. The attitude.
Mm-hmm. If I could have made this movie with, like, a Hollywood cast, he would have been the guy I went for Faust.
Yeah, he would have been great. Not that you weren't.
Hopefully I did a pretty good job with it.
Love the little particulates in the air, like, constantly falling. makes me want to sneeze.
This planet has to have, like, the worst pollen ever. The reason I did that was twofold. One, because I wanted to try to make the film look a little bit different than just two guys standing around in a field in Oklahoma. And another thing is, like, I had just seen the Rurouni Kenshin live-action films, and I noticed the director always had something floating through the air, whether it was leaves or paper or embers or something, and it always made it look more exciting.
Mm-hmm. Kind of gives it a little more life to the scene.
Speaking of exciting, here we go. Zaar makes his big escape.
Pew pew.
Here you see how brave Dodongo is, because the second the shooting starts, he runs away. Now he's lining up for his big moment.
Oh, denied.
Yep.
Right in the noggin.
I was going to try to have smoke coming off of his head, but I couldn't track it. A little bit of more like Indiana Jones humor. Now that shot right there of him coming towards the camera, that was a direct reference to the Wampa coming to attack Luke in Empire. And then this is a reference to, a little homage to Bavmorda from Willow, just kind of laughing and shaking off an enemy attack. Another reference, that's a reference to Enter the Dragon with Bruce Lee, the 3 scratches on his face. And this whole bit right here, I was actually in the costume of Bondakaya right there, because my brother was too busy and he couldn't film this little scene. So he was like, oh, why don't you do it? You know what he needs to say. So I was just kind of ranting out there, saying what I knew he was going to say in the subtitles, and then I just kind of made up his whole spiel off the top of my head watching the footage back. Just kind of making up gibberish.
Yeah, I think all 3 of us were in that suit at different times.
Yeah, because you're coming up right here.
Right there.
You did the stunt jump, because I was gonna do it, because I used to jump off of stuff and pretend I was getting shot. When we played cowboys when I was a little kid all the time, and I fell down, but I had a hernia at the time and I couldn't jump back like that.
Yeah.
That was a little Scar reference, just that kill him thing. Now, the music playing while you're fighting the ATST is the same music that plays when you fight ATST in Shadows of the Empire. I have a lot of memories of playing that game when I was a kid.
Classic.
So, and I also tried to make sure to kind of give that flash on the face of the ATST whenever it fired its guns. Just to make it look more like the old films. So that's you as the Stormtrooper and you as the Jedi. And here you decapitate yourself and cut off your own arm. So, I don't know if we've ever seen a Stormtrooper get decapitated in an official Star Wars film.
That's pretty hardcore.
Or the gritty R-rated Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone on the internet says they want.
Losing a hand is one thing, but, you know.
You never want to lose your head in a crisis.
We went full anime here.
Yeah. Vong Zaar, his whole look and vibe was based off of the character Udo Janae from Rurouni Kenshin. This attitude right here specifically, just that kind of like looking up and away.
His overall look was inspired by him.
Some people thought we were going for Gambit from X-Men, but
with the head scarves, yeah.
So, and the reason Faust is so scared here is because you can see he's wearing a red shirt under his uniform.
The first red shirt in Star Wars.
But fortunately, Vader's there to save the day. Yeah. Now, some people were kind of confused, like, where the crap did he come from? The idea was supposed to be that he was waiting on the shuttle. And that when he saw everything going wrong, he used force speed to zip out there in a hurry and save the day. I should have made that a little bit more clear in the editing, I guess, but I couldn't figure out a way to do that without showing he was there, which would spoil the surprise. Now, this was the first day of shooting, that shot right there, of Vong Zaar walking around. October 19th, 2019 was our first day of shooting on this film.
Forever ago.
It seems like so far away. And that Vader coverage was our second to last day of filming. So it's just kind of crazy how stuff cuts together. First day of filming, second to last day of filming, first day of filming.
Never would know.
Yep. Except now, since I told you, I guess.
Oh, well, yeah.
So we were really leaning into the samurai thing with this part, with kind of like the long standoff and even the very strong samurai poses. I remember the first time we did that clash, you actually smacked me in the helmet, and I was worried it was going to be scuffed, but it was a tough thing.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, because you just heard this loud thunk. on the footage.
I think I probably panicked too.
So this was our first bit of fight choreography we filmed. And that's the last day of filming right there. So first day of filming, last day of filming.
You looked so aggressive in this scene here.
I'm very happy with how the fight turned out because we got so many comments of like, it really looks like you're fighting.
You're trying to kill him.
Yeah. And just in case anyone's confused here, Faust doesn't really give a crap about that stormtrooper. He's just like, oh my, that was almost me. So we wanted to try to show how scary it is to fight a Jedi if you don't have the Force.
Mm-hmm. Especially one that's going kind of dark.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite bits of not only lightsaber choreography, but also just the location and the footage.
Mm-hmm.
In true Lord of the Rings fashion, we just filmed this in a park. We had a lot of kids stopping by, taking pictures with us that day.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. We made a lot of people's day. Then they were just standing there watching us do the choreography. I was a little nervous while we were filming.
Me too.
Because it was like, people are watching you try to do this complicated fight and you don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
Look like a goober in front of people, but they were pretty excited. Now that shot just looks powerful right there.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
It just looks really cool. For the scoring, this was really fun, blending from the Force theme when you're in control and then moving over to Vader's theme when he's in control.
Mm-hmm. I loved how the musical themes kind of fit the action.
That was the fun part, trying to figure out how to blend those together. And we end on a big saber chop.
Whoa.
So that was part 3 of our commentary for Star Wars Fallen Jedi. Thank you guys for tuning in for these little things. It's a lot of fun reminiscing about making this movie and kind of giving you a window into what we were thinking with some of the stuff and giving you some behind-the-scenes info. So we got about 3 more of these to do, and then we'll be all the way through the film. So thanks for watching. I'm David Overholt.
I'm Micha Magill.
And we will see you guys next time.